First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching the truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawah Bow from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson in I'm quite sure a lot of brothers heard about that polar vortex that's supposed to be hitting in the next couple of weeks. And, and we feeling some of the weather right now, especially here in Chicago. It's been, kind of like single digit teens, really not so much deep in the single digits, but in around the teens, 10, 11, 12. I think we did hit about 8 or 9 the other day, but either way it goes, we feeling part of that cold weather. But hey, these are just the things that are these are signs of the time. When you look in the scriptures, Matthew 24, when you look at second edges, which I will grab, these are the signs that we're looking out for, man. When you look at these weather patterns, like even here in Chicago, man, coming into the November month, we rarely ever have like really cold temperatures or snow, and we have had it, and I'm talking about in the last couple of weeks, right before December hit. So, hey, these are things to look at, man, because these are the signs, man, that, hey, the end is coming. These are the signs that this kingdom is about to be over. And brothers, hey, we got to be smiling. But the other thing is, the only reason I also get this is, hey, we got Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So, hey, if and when that polar vortex do hit, Salaki, kind of tongue-tied, hey, brothers, make sure we stay prayed up. And, if there are a few things that we can do to at least keep ourselves, warm and protected, make sure we do them, man, because we have this truth. We have the understanding. We understand what's coming, so we actually could prepare. And the first preparedness is praying. Staying prayed up. So with that, hey, I'm just gonna grab a few scriptures, man, because the main thing is like, hey, these are just the signs of the times, man. The end that's coming. So it says, this is a graphic. So it says, this USA Today. It says a triple dip polar vortex is coming. Will your state feel the chill? And as you see, it's by Janet Lurkey, USA Today. It's December 3rd, 2025. It was updated December 4th, 2025, 8:59 a.m., which was yesterday. So it says frigid temperatures are expected to impact much of central and eastern United States in the coming weeks. The first of 3 polar vortex systems is expected this month, according to AccuWeather. The surges of Arctic air will generate rounds of flurries and squalls in certain locations and may assist igniting storms with more widespread snow. The outbreak this week will be the first of probably 3 such rounds, with another cold blast is likely next week, and the week after that. AccuWeather lead long-range meteorologist Paul Pastelak said on their website. The waves of Arctic air will lead to significant surges in energy demands. So it says the upper Midwest and the northern plains have been hit by Canada's freezing temperatures. On Thursday, December 4th, wind chills begin negative 10 to negative 25 degrees will be expected, and the cold temperatures are expected to continue into Friday, December 5th for those in the eastern U.S. According to AccuWeather, as the leading edge of the Arctic air moves southward, areas of flurry snow squalls might accompany the front as it sweeps across the Great Lakes region and into northern half of Appalachians. So you talking about Minnesota, Chicago. As you see, it's showing you exactly where this stuff is going to be hidden. Minnesota, Chicago, Kansas City, Washington, New York, Boston. So, brothers in these states, prepare. And the first preparation, hey, is this truth and staying prayed up, man. We really don't know how this weather is going to really act. But it says, how does and I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to sit up here. I just want to get that point that, hey, this polar vortex is coming. It says, does a polar vortex form? You said, and I mean, brothers, if you want to read the rest of this, you could. I just want to sit up here and get that, hey, all these are signs. And if you, and how we know that, go into the scriptures. Let's go into Matthew. And I'm just going to get a few scriptures. Matthew chapter 24. in verse 3, it says, and as he, Matthew 24:3, and it says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And you seeing that now, a lot of these false prophets out here. And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And you're hearing them wars and rumors of wars, and they're happening. Ukraine, Russia, all these things, what's happening over there in Israel, Jerusalem. You seeing these things. Hey, China and Taiwan might pop off anytime. So you got to understand, all these things are happening right now. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Those earthquakes goes not only to earthquakes. Let's talk about weather patterns, cold fronts, everything that can deal with weather patterns, natural disasters. But all these are by the Lord. All this is by design. All this is prophecy meant to happen, because this is letting you know the signs that we're in, the times that we're in, Nation shall rise against nation. You're seeing that already. You're seeing it over here. These Democrats and Republicans. You're seeing a whole bunch of these people, these Edomites over here about to ready to lose their mind because they see their kingdom crumbling. You see the other countries, hating this damn country, man. The tariffs and all this other stuff. Trump talking shit about everybody. The Venezuelans, the Haitians, the Somalis, everybody he's talking shit about. Make it's just a cruel lord and an idiot. But hey, keep doing what you're doing. Because the more he keeps talking, the better things get. And what I mean by that, the worse things get. But it's better for us. Because these people looking at him. And these people ready to take action. Now with that, let me sit up here and before I grab the other one, and this is the other thing I want to grab. Let me grab Habakkuk real quick. Just make a point in it. Habakkuk 2, it says, 1, Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the visions and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And the prophets are reading it now, man. These visions, what's the tables? The Bibles, man. The Bible, the tablets, these scriptures, all this stuff is happening right now, right in time right now, everything you seeing. And you got the men of the Lord out there on highways and byways, on every internet and social platform, man, letting you know. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's what you're seeing. All the visions are yet, all the prophecies are for an appointed time. And you're seeing them now. All the prophecies are happening. When have you seen so much stuff happening at one time? Never. Not unless when you was looking and you go in the past and you see those collapse of all those civilizations. Because every civilization, even in a carnal these scholars even sit up here and said most civilizations only last 250 years. And then they crash and burn. In America right now is on 249? And it's about to crash and burn hard, But it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. Yeah, just because it's set up here and it ain't came now, that don't mean it ain't coming. It's coming quick and you see the signs. And part of these signs are going to be these vortexes, the earthquakes, the weather patterns, the wars and rumors of wars. All this stuff is like just one big melting pot showing you what's happening. And a lot of y'all ain't paying attention. I'm gonna sit up here and grab second edges real quick. I actually could have probably slowed it down right there because this wasn't meant to be long, but this is just sitting up here letting people know, man, the times that we in. This second edges 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So here you go. And like I said before, those earthquakes, all that goes into everything. Earthquakes, snow fronts, freezes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, all these things are happening. Sinkholes, mudslides, all this stuff with the weather, man. All this is from the Lord, amen, because all this was prophesied before. And all this was prophesied that these things were going to happen, and they're happening. So, hey, like I said before, this wasn't meant to be long, but this was just a point that I want to make. Hey, that polar vortex. So, hey, brothers, hey, stay prayed up, especially since it's going to strike a lot of the Northeast, and like it says, Chicago, Illinois, Ohio, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New York, all the places up here. So, hey, brothers, make sure you stay prayed up, and, hey, hey, if you have to do the little things that you can, just to keep yourself warm and protected. But the main thing is putting our trust in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I like to say Kwam Yasharala and the Baba Ball. And Yahweh Thumb, locked in. Shalom.